Hey everyone, it's Zach with Toilet Troubles DIY back in the backyard today, rebuilding some props. If you tuned into my live stream yesterday, you saw that I tore apart my cemetery archway columns, which was a little bit of a feat. But here's pretty much all that's left. Just the tops with lanterns still attached. And while I had them apart, I decided to incorporate a reptile humidifier, which I got this idea from K&T Do Halloween, and it just slowly emits water vapor up some tubing, and then I ran tubing in front of the lantern, so at night it should give this pretty awesome a creepy smoke effect, which should be fun. Okay, so I need to reattach everything. So aside from the tops, all that's left of my columns is the base, as well as the posts, which I had to cut down to size. I put some pocket holes in the corners, and then I'm going to resecure these to the base so I can hopefully rebuild the column. And then once it's built, I'll have to wrap everything in wood again and then prep it for paint. So I'm just gonna hang out, get everything secured, or get the post resecured to the bases. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll be looking at them throughout the live video. So I'm just securing these to the base with a little bit of wood glue underneath the posts, and then some pocket hole screws. So yeah, once those are in place, with the wood glue and pocket hole screws, everything dries up. Should be a pretty strong bond. Unfortunately, from cutting these off, I did lose a little bit of height, just a couple of inches, maybe 4 at most. It's not a huge deal, but I'll be much happier with the new finished product than I was the old columns. All right. So I've got all 4 posts reconnected to the base. I'm going to try to connect them to the top. See if I can get everything in place. Before I put the top on, I'm going to apply some wood glue to the top of the posts. All right. All right, should be pretty good. Again, if you have any questions about the column or about digital decorating, anything that I can answer, feel free to leave it in the comment section. Happy to answer anything while I'm going through this. And I just need to make sure that each post is kind of snug up against the corners, just so that plywood will lay flat once I wrap that. All right, so far so good. All right, so you can see here where the tubing for the humidifier is going to run through the column, and the humidifier is going to sit on top of my sand buckets that I use for ballasting. Should be less than 5 feet in total. I'm hoping this smoke makes it all the way up, but obviously I'll have to run some tests after to see how well it works, but fingers crossed. All right, 2 more to go. All right. So far, everything's fitting pretty flush, which is a bit of a relief. All right, 1 more to go. And then I got to start the process over again with the second column. But I've already got everything cut, and the pocket hole screws or the pocket holes are drilled, so it should be pretty quick. Oh. All right, well, that worked. Not exactly square, but it's just a prop, and that's prop building, so not a huge deal. I'll put this one to the side, then we'll start on number 2. On the electrical, or the power cord's going to run all the way throughout the column down to the base, and that's going to light up the flicker bulb on top. All right. All right, let's get started on base 2. You can see some of this wood took a beating from taking it off yesterday, but thankfully that'll be on the inside of the column. So not too big of a deal. I don't think anything was messed up too much structurally, so should be all right to still use. So again, just going to apply some wood glue to the four corners. Good there. All right, post one done. Post two up next. So you might be wondering why some of the screws are longer than other ones that I'm using. And that is because I was not completely awake when I was drilling my pocket holes, and I drilled the wrong size pocket holes, and I realized it about 3 columns in. So here we are. But thankfully, that is not going to matter too much. All right, so really strong so far. I really like using the wood glue and pocket hole combination for props. It's a really strong joint for what we need for prop building. So that's kind of my go-to. All right, last one. All right, all done with the base for column 2. Let's put the top on. Hopefully I won't have to redo this again. Or hopefully it'll be good for another 2 years. All right. 2 done. And one more. All right. And column number 2 is done. All right, so really what's left for those 2 columns is wrapping them in 1/4-inch plywood, and then after that I'll be putting on Drylock Original Waterproofer, a coat of flat black paint, because the lady at Home Depot told me that they couldn't mix Drylock, which I don't think that's true because it says tintable on the can. So that's fun. Twice the work. And then after that, I'll be sponging on some lighter gray paint to make it look like stone. And then I'll be going back in with black spray paint and a little bit of green spray paint. And that's pretty much it. Got a couple of other things to do before I start prepping for this year's display, but kind of behind the ball, so I'm gonna get back to work. Hope this was helpful. Gave you a little bit of insight into like how I build my columns and what those look like on the inside. So if you have any questions about anything you saw in today's video, please leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to get to them as soon as I can. But in the meantime, I'm Zach with Toiling Troubles DIY, and until next time, happy haunting. Bye, guys.